Hello, everyone, and welcome to our presentation for this year's AERI 2022 virtual conference. My name is Dr. Vanessa Reyes. I'm an assistant professor of instruction at the School of Information at the University of South Florida. And with that, I would like to present my colleague, Dr. Anastasia 𝐓𝐢𝐭𝐥𝐞.
Thanks, Vanessa. Hi. Yes, my name is Anastasia 𝐓𝐢𝐭𝐥𝐞, and I'm assistant professor at the University of Maine at Augusta in the Information and Library Science undergraduate program. I'm also an archival consultant. Vanessa, share a little bit about who we are and why we do this kind of work together.
Yeah, so first of all, we started our collaborations back when we were doctoral cohorts, and we always shared the same interest in archival preservation, which brings us to this project, our Archivists Essential Workers, documenting the effects of COVID-19 on funded archival institutions. And Anastasia is going to give us a briefing about our project introduction now.
Thanks, Vanessa. So our study came about after we compared and contrasted two separate survey studies on the impact of COVID-19. One was on libraries, published by the American Library Association, and the other was on archives, published by Librarians. So where ALA focused on the broader services provided by our libraries, such as access to materials and resources, along with community engagement through innovative practices, the Librarians survey focused on how archives collected archival materials during COVID, and not so much on access to materials and community engagement. So this raised some questions for us. Are archivists essential? What happened to the collections? What new practices or strategies were created to engage and connect collections to the researcher and the broader community? And this takes us to our methodology. Go ahead, Vanessa.
So our methodology for our study, we're using a qualitative methodology, specifically online via purposive sampling. Participants will be picked from a pool of repositories meeting our funded archival criteria. And that is what Anastasia is going to tell us a little bit about now, our criteria and project timeline.
Well, thanks, Vanessa. We are going to have 10 participants, 5 archivists from each prospective state. We are targeting archivists who work at university archives, historical society, public archives, and or museum archives. And these repositories must have a strong funding arm by their parent institution. So this could be a university, a city, or an established nonprofit organization. Our timeline is as follows. So we're going to recruit participants in July and August, do a preliminary data analysis during September, October, and then we'll finalize the data and finish our paper based on findings for publication in November and December. And I will say we are anticipating our outcomes and conclusion will allow us to move forward on a grant-funded nationwide study. And very quickly, I want to share with you that the images we placed on the poster are representative of your commitment and advocacy in the archival world, the core values that we believe in, and our civic duties in our communities, because the work we do as archivists are relevant and essential. And with that said, Vanessa will lead us to our conclusion.
Thank you, Anastasia. And since we're still early in our study, our conclusions are our project aims, which I like to restate. They use the Society of American Archivists Statement of Core Values and addresses the following questions. Who decided what archives should remain closed during COVID-19? What happened to the jobs? And most importantly, what happened to the collections? We will use a survey instrument to post questions about acquisition, preservation, learn more about access and diversity and inclusion practices and how those may have been affected. The data is going to allow us to also address our research questions and will hopefully provide us feedback information about the state of archival institutions and specifically collections post-pandemic. And with that, we would like to conclude our presentation. We are looking forward to your feedback, to any kind of information you could provide to us via email. My email is vanessareyes@usf.edu, and my colleague Anastasia will share hers now.
Yep, thanks, Vanessa. It's anastasia.s.weigel@maine.edu. And again, as she stated, we look forward to your comments and input and anything else that you believe will help move forward in this pilot study and hopefully a larger nationwide survey that is grant funded.
Exactly. We're looking for that grant funded. So if you're a funder, please do contact us. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to your feedback. And this concludes our presentation.